کشان مقاومت ایران 1403 اجلاس جهانی ایران آزاد در پاریس 4000 پارلمانتر و سناتور در 81 مجلس قانون گذاری در 50 کشور شامل 34 اکثریت در حمایت از جایگزین دموکراتیک و برنامه 10 ماده‌ای خانم مریم رجوی پرزیدنت منتخب شورای ملی مقاومت ایران.
Now please, President Rajani, come. I invite you to join with us and present the more than 4,000, I would say, from parliamentarians. So we support the message hold to the world. Please come to us.
who have shown strong support for the Iranian resistance and also for the Iranian people. As I said many times, you are at the right side of history because you are vis-a-vis the Mullah's regime, you are against the policy of appeasement, and you are inside of Iranian resistance, especially Iranian resistance units inside Iran, and also the organized resistance around the world. And I think that this policy, it means the policy of appeasement, help to dictatorship, and also it is a menace for people in the region, for all of the world, and also for the people in Iran. You know that religious dictatorship ruling Iran by suppression inside Iran, and also by exporting terrorism and fundamentalism, warmongering and bellicism in the region. It is the center of threat. For this reason, this support is not only for the Iranian people, it is also for your people in the Europe and also in the United States for stopping the Mullah's regime, because the only solution is to overthrow the Mullah's regime by the Iranian people and the organized resistance. Thank you all for this support. Thank you very much.
پنس، معاون رئیس جمهور آمریکا 2021.
Thank you. Prime ministers, presidents, military leaders, dignitaries, members of legislatures from around the world, and parliamentarians. I'm former Vice President Mike Pence, and it is my great honor to be here at the Free Iran World Summit 2024. President-elect, the National Council of Resistance of Iran, Meriem, Rejui, my friend Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, Prime Minister Stephen Harper, distinguished leaders from my country and all across the world. Thank you for standing for a free Iran. It is an honor to be with you all.
مایک پومپئو، وزیر خارجه آمریکا تا ژانویه 2021.
I want to also recognize President-elect Maryam Rajavi. It is under her leadership that the National Council of Iran is laying the groundwork.
استفن هارپر، نخست وزیر کانادا 2006 تا 2015.
Merci beaucoup. Greetings to President Rajavi and to all supporters and friends of the National Council of Resistance of Iran as you mark this, the Free Iran World Summit 2021. I am, as always, pleased to join you from Canada in what may well be the largest virtual global gathering this year.
سناتور جولیو ترتسی، وزیر خارجه ایتالیا 2014، رئیس کمیته امور اتحادیه اروپا در سنای ایتالیا.
Dear President Madame Rajvi, dear friends of the Iranian resistance led by the President-elect Maryam Rajvi, I want to be with all of you today with a few words which once again would like to express my unwavering support to a 10-point plan for the future of Iran.
نیوت گینگریچ، کاندیدای ریاست جمهوری 2012، رئیس پیشین کنگره آمریکا.
In our country that was George Washington and his young supporter, the Marquis de Lafayette. In Italy, it was Garibaldi. I can tell you from years of having come here that in history, that the name of your president-elect, Maryam Rajvi, will go down in the same tradition of fighters for freedom as Washington, Lafayette, and Garibaldi.
بارونس بتی بوتروید، سخنگو و رئیس پیشین پارلمان انگلستان به مدت 8 سال.
You know, my friends, nobody symbolizes and represents the Iranian people's struggle against the regime better than my dear friends in the NCRI and my special friend, President-elect Maryam Rajvi. Her name and her message of freedom makes the regime shake their very core. This is because of her 10-point plan, democratic platform to encompass the aspirations of the Iranian people. It provides a democratic alternative for future Iranian generations, and it gives the women of Iran their rights and an opportunity to lead their country and to be part of the shaping of its future.
جان برکو، رئیس و سخنگوی پارلمان انگلستان 2009-2019.
So in conclusion, and in expressing solidarity and support for the person I call President Rajavi, let me be absolutely explicit. Your message has been heard. It is understood. You have enormous support across the democratic world for the clarity, the moral principle, and the unswerving conviction of your position, which is to say no to dictatorship, no to the Shah, no to religious hegemony, no to theocracy, but yes to democracy.
دکتر رئیس، نماینده کنگره آمریکا، عضو کمیته انرژی.
Madame Maryam Rajavi, President-elect of the National Council of Resistance of Iran, friends in Ashraf 3 and in Berlin, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I am here to stand in solidarity with you, the Iranian diaspora, who have never given up hope for a free and democratic Iran.
کارلو کوتارلی، نخست وزیر ایتالیا، می 2018، رئیس پیشین صندوق بین المللی پول.
Thank you very much for inviting me here today. It is of course a great honor for me to address all of you and in particular the President-elect of the National Council of Resistance of Iran, Mrs. Mariem Rajavi.
یانس یانچا، نخست وزیر اسلوونی تا ژوئن 2022، رهبر حزب دموکراتیک.
Dear President-elect of the National Council of Resistance of Iran, Mrs. مریم رجوی, dear friends, let me first of all emphasize that my today's message to you is a message to the Iranian people. We believe there is a democratic alternative to the mullahs, and the West should therefore support an organized opposition, one that is powerful and committed to democracy. Inside Iran, it exists in the form of the mixed resistance units, and abroad, it exists in the form of the National Council of Resistance of Iran. Mrs. Mariem Rajavi has guaranteed all democratic values in her 10-point plan for a future-free Iran.
فرماندار گری لاک، وزیر بازرگانی آمریکا 2011، فرماندار واشنگتن 2005.
It's a special honor to follow Mrs. Maryam Rajavi, President-elect of the National Council of Resistance of Iran, which has put forth a 10-point plan for a democratic Iran, which includes being governed by a rule of law, so fundamental to a free and just society. And this plan has been endorsed by 224 members of both political parties in the new 118th Congress.
پروفسور هرتا دویبلر گملین، وزیر پیشین دادگستری آلمان.
Dear President-elect Rajavi, dear friends, and let's say in this conference hall and at the screens in Albania, as I've been learning, thank you so much for this wonderful welcome. I think as a former politician and law professor and a lawyer, it's most important to show solidarity to your appeal at this conference and to the fight, let's say, your compatriots in and out of Iran are conducting all the time.
ژنرال جیمز جونز، نخستین مشاور امنیت ملی رئیس جمهور اوباما، فرمانده پیشین ناتو.
The NCRI and its President-elect Mariem Rajavi have championed a 10-point plan, as you've heard today, but bears repeating, a 10-point plan for a democratic, secular, and non-nuclear republic in Iran. This Jeffersonian document, and I use that intentionally because it's correct, it's a Jeffersonian document that delineates a vision free from the shackles of extremism, terrorism, and tyranny, where power is vested in the hands of the Iranian people through free and fair elections. Thank you.
ژنرال وسلی کلارک، فرمانده نیروهای ناتو در اروپا 2000.
With the platform outlined by President-elect Rejvi, there'll be freedom, there'll be tolerance, there'll be respectability of Iran, there'll be honor paid to the great civilization of Persia and all of its history.
اینگرید بتانکور، کاندید پیشین ریاست جمهوری کلمبیا.
Because we are the people. We are the people of the world, united with the people of Iran, united with Ashrafians, united with the freedom fighters in the streets of Iran, in the uprising all over Iran, united with President-elect Miriam Rajavi. And we are all here united to claim that change is unstoppable. And as Joe Lieberman before me, we will say, Jose, Jose, Jose.